Hi everyone, this video is on mixed exercise 9, question 3. In part A, we have the function sine x over x and we want to differentiate this. So it's a quotient rule. So in order to differentiate y, we first square the function on the denominator and that stays on the denominator. So it's going to be x squared. This is something that we always do. And then we write down the function from the denominator, and that times by the derivative of the numerator function. Sine x differentiates to cos x. Then this minus, this time the numerator function times the derivative of the denominator function. So x differentiates to 1. It's just going to be 1 times sine x, which is sine x. And this is basically the answer. So x cos x minus sine x over x squared. Now part B is the more interesting one. We have y is equal to ln of 1 over x squared plus 9. So for this one, we need to use two different things. First of all, remember that whenever we have ln of any function and we want to differentiate that, so the answer is going to be it's going to be a fraction, the derivative of the function on the numerator and the function itself on the denominator. So that means in order to differentiate this, basically the fraction that we are going to have, its numerator is going to be the derivative of 1 over x squared plus 9, and then its denominator is just going to be 1 over x squared plus 9. So yeah, let me write that here. dy by dx is equal to, so the denominator is obvious, it's just going to be the function, so 1 over x squared plus 9. And for now, let's say t is equal to x squared plus 9 to the power of minus 1. So the reason I'm writing this separately, because I want to differentiate this separately, and I substitute that here. So, and also the reason I wrote this in the form x squared plus 9 to the power of minus 1 is because I want to use the chain rule. So that's why I have that in this form. Okay, now we want to find t dash, and that's going to be, or maybe in terms of notation, yeah, it's all right for now. So it's just a chain rule, right? The power comes down that times by the derivative of inside. So x squared plus 9 differentiates to 2x, and then we just write the bracket but with power minus 1, which is going to be minus 2. So this is basically the derivative minus 1 times 2x times x squared plus 9 to the power minus 2 is a derivative of this function inside the ln. So that goes to the numerator of this derivative, and we are going to have minus 1 over 2x times x squared plus 9 to the power of 2, or just a square. Okay, so this is basically the answer, but we can simplify this because we have x squared plus 9 here and also x squared plus 9 squared here. So this square will be cancelled out with this bracket here in the denominator. And finally, we are going to have, sorry, I just made a mistake. I realized that. And that is, here that we have minus 1 times 2x. This 2x is just in the numerator, right? That's not going to be in the denominator. So only, x squared plus 9 goes to the denominator because this one has a negative power. But here 2x doesn't have a negative power. So now the answer is going to be x squared plus 9 is on the denominator because one of the powers was cancelled out with this one, and then on the numerator we'll have minus 2x. So this is the answer. Okay, so that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.